for this session. Normally it's about design thinking concept. Okay. So normally design thinking is like developing a product from scratch. So like how it has to be empathized, how it has to be defined, and how it has to be developed, and what basis they have been developing it. These are focusing on how the development has to be carried out, right? So normally the design thinking concept is focusing on related to our topics. Right? Today we are going to discuss about the topic in engineering drawing. So normally friction, the friction is nothing but in development of heat in rough surfaces. So how the friction has been evolved in design thinking concept will be discussed in this video. Let's start from your views, right? So let's start your thoughts from empathy part. Anyone can explain the empathy?
Yes, sir, I will explain the empathy. The empathy tells about the pain points of the things that will be taken from this scratch, sir. In the friction, there is a many pain points that in the friction, the empathy gives that damages of the smooth surface, not give the full finish, and the bulges in the corners of the materials, and in not gives the finishing point. In it will create in friction that will create some more heats of in friction, sir. These are the points in the empathy, sir, that will affect the pain points in that materials.
So it is one of the value pointed how the empathy has to be carried out and what are the things we have to focus in that can be identified by using a defined part. So defining is the most vital part. So you have to define the problem accurately. Anyone can you share your thoughts?
Sir, I am going to talk about the different stage of the design thinking, sir. So in the friction, engineers need a clear cut of their problem to get a verify of their problem, sir. So engineers see the user need and their problems in the friction. In friction, we can see the defining stages: excessive or insufficient usage of the friction. So for example, the excessive usage of the friction in engines that causes a major breakage of parts and major dislocation are also, sir. So if less friction, if insufficient friction is acted in tires, that all it causes accident that mean. So after these all the less friction and insufficient friction and excessive usage of friction causes a major disease that is defined by the engineers and see the users that caused by the friction, sir.
So as I said, the defining part plays a vital role. As you said, there are a lot of defining positions. Even though we are focusing on different problem statements, we can able to define a variety of problems, but we can able to give some solutions, right? So the ideal part always looks after the giving the solution, maybe innovative of already existing models, maybe can be innovative or some small changes in an existing product.
Ideate, sir. Ideate is an important topic in design thinking and in various steps, sir. Without ideate, we can't do steps to be taken. Ideate is an important field in design thinking, sir. With giving ideas, we can rectify many problems and errors, sir. In friction, friction is important and mainly focused area, sir, where machines get spoiled and their functions will be get faulted and many corrections will occur, sir. By using some ideas, we can control and reduce its friction, sir. By using lubricants, ball bearing, and some automatic cooling control, sir. Uses of this can reduce friction and creates an more reliable and freely functioning equipments of tools, sir, so that the machines will be work functionally and without stopping. The errors will be rectified and analyzed.
So idea is most important for reducing the heat effects, right? So let's focus on the next part is prototype. How the friction can be reduced and the product can be developed. Anyone can share your thoughts?
Yes, sir. Sir, prototype is mainly used for check the pre-product of to stop the frictional force against motion and produce kinetic energy. And there are materials that are used: DC motors, disc, steel, for a automatic braking system using friction. So the main purpose of prototype is to check whether it's working correctly or the quality is good. This will work in for real-time product in the world.
So as you said, the prototype is like the real world product should be there. So without a real world product, it cannot be satisfied the norms which we are already discussing, like data collection or what is the new innovation thing we have incorporated like this, or we cannot be able to understand. Once the product has been developed, we have to undergo the testing process, right? How it has to be tested. So whether the flaws has been there or flaws has not been there, that has to be discussed in the testing part. I would like to hear the testing part from you.
Yes, sir. The testing part is testing is the main sales of one of sir. The testing is the engineers that work with the manufacturer of the products, like how will it work? Is any damage or any the product will accurate and efficiency to work do the process. So testing is mainly used for manufacture the product is like how to work is it. By example for by a bike or car, it's how to let the roads is how the grips are and the drive while driving the grips are go to turn or left or right. How can it's work? We are mainly for friction. It helps for a grab and stability system, sir, and also the wear and the grip and the tear for the condition to road to out its work for the friction also, sir. The friction is mainly for opposite forces to between two forces between connected to them. So mainly the testing is test the engineers how the product is manufactured and it's good to work for the condition and accuracy efficiency. That's the real time application, sir.
So this is the way how the product has to be tested, right? So initial and the final product has to be tested whether it is flawless or not. Otherwise we have to go for an iteration process which is similar to design thinking concept. Let's start with the empathy, design, define, ideate and prototype. Again you have to test. So this is the basic concept given insight about the friction one. Hope everybody is understood by seeing this video. And also thank you for giving your valuable suggestions and inputs. Thank you all for joining this video. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.